All right, guys, this is the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with Mike Molyneux and with Marv Azan. We got the news last week. A lot of people are talking about this. When The Last Dance was going on ESPN, great documentary, one of my favorites I've ever seen in my life. The things that I did not know about Michael Jordan that we learned, and even the things that I knew about him, then we actually got to see footage of it and actually had storytelling behind it. It was an awesome documentary. And obviously, you talk about one GOAT in MJ, you're going to talk about the other one in Tom Brady. A lot of people were like, hopefully they make a documentary like this about Tom Brady. Well, we got the news. Tom Brady will be getting a 9-part documentary series with ESPN. It's going to be called Man in the Arena. But that came with, backlash is too strong of a word, but it came with a little bit of pushback, I'll say, from some people. Some people think it's way too early, but some people are just ready to go. Let's watch this documentary. So, guys, I want to throw that question to you. Is it too early for a Michael Jordan Last Dance style documentary for Tom Brady, who is still, let's say this for the people who don't know, still playing football for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Mike, let's start with you. What do you think?
It's too damn early, Nick. It's too damn early. Point blank, period.
I couldn't believe when I saw it. I was like, is this a joke? I thought he was doing one of his Tom Brady funny old man Instagram posts.
And the thing is, I believe everybody who pays attention to sports, you'd have to figure sometime down the line a documentary in some sort of way or fashion would come out about Tom Brady's career. It's a must. He's had one of the most legendary careers for an athlete ever. So you'd figure this would come out. But to do it or have it come out while he's still an active player makes no sense. That's one thing. Two, I understand the hype and the viewership and everything that came along with The Last Dance, and ESPN just wants to jump right on top of that and ride the wave that is real high based off The Last Dance. And it's just not the right time. It's just not the right time. And then another thing, just random number, 9 parts. What kind of random number is 9-part documentary? That being said, I don't care. 9 parts, 2 parts. It should not be coming out now. Point blank, period. Tom Brady's still playing. You're telling me there's a chance because it's coming out, next year, correct? Next year? There's going to be a chance we're watching a documentary about Tom Brady, whose career's still going on, about his time as a New England Patriot, probably for the most part, while he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Like, what the hell is this? Brady should retire. Several years should go by. Maybe not as long as The Last Dance and Michael Jordan's retirement and whatnot, but several years should go by. Then you bring it back up to people's attention. But hey, remember this guy, how great of a guy Tom Brady was. But ESPN screwed it up with this documentary coming out too soon.
So this is a documentary produced by Gotham Chopra with ESPN, and Gotham Chopra did Tom versus Time too, right? He was I think he was the one. I think he was the one who threw that together. Obviously, that was the documentary that came out last year with Facebook. But he had this to say because this was brought up about Tom Brady and The Last Dance, how it's close. He said it's not that may or may not exist 20 years from now. I don't know. And this is in response to Tom Brady and this not being his last dance. There's this sort of immediacy to this. The premise of The Last Dance was telling stories about the seasons, whereas Brady's, it does feel like a little bit more real time. Tom continues to be an active player, so the idea is, okay, let's talk about these 9 seasons, this incredible body of work across 20 years, and how it's still sort of affecting him. Tom's kind of just, when you're talking to him, it's still very fresh because he's still processing a lot of things that may have happened across a season. But that doesn't explain anything to me. Like, that just, what that was to me was he heard the pushback about, okay, how come we're doing this when he's still playing? And he came back with this response, which literally just says what we knew was coming. It's a story about his career. That's all he said in that long-winded paragraph. That's all that was. So, Marv, what do you think? Is this too early for a Tom Brady, The Last Dance style documentary?
This is my philosophy. Listen, you guys both said it all about if it's too early. So I'm not even going to repeat what you guys said. Obviously, we all agree it's too early. Here's the real question. Do we really need a 9-part series on Tom Brady? Like, is Tom Brady really that interesting that we need a 9-part series like what they did for Michael Jordan. Like, we have to understand something here. Michael Jordan's different. Like, yes, they both have 6 rings, but how Michael Jordan impacted the world is nowhere close to what Tom Brady has done. Michael Jordan, kids grew up saying, "I want to be like Mike." No one's singing, "I want to be like Tom." Like, it's 2 different atmospheres. Their careers were 2 different things. They changed. No one's buying the UGG 3s. I'm not seeing anyone buy the UGG 3s. You bought the UGG 3s? You bought the UGG 3s?
I don't even know. Did you say UGG?
It said the UGG 3s.
No. They do look comfortable, though.
Oh, of course they look comfortable. Tom Brady, I feel like obviously there should be a documentary on him. I think 9-part series is kind of ridiculous. I don't think that we need a 9-part series on it. If you ask me, the whole Patriots dynasty is more interesting than Tom Brady.
They should do that. They absolutely should do that.
It should be. You telling me there's a 9-part series on the Patriots dynasty? We get to really get into the nitty gritty of decisions and Bill Belichick and the relationship between Brady and Belichick, and then you have 1 or 2 episodes on just Tom Brady, because obviously he's a huge part of it. 1 or 2 episodes on Bill Belichick. Then I'm intrigued. But you're telling me a Tom Brady documentary on a guy who's still playing? I don't think we need 9 parts, especially on a guy who's come up in the generation after Jordan. So we're seeing it in real time in a lot more fashion. We know he was the 199th pick. We know he's got a chip on his shoulder. We see the Instagrams and things like that. So he's already in our faces a lot, and we've already indulged a lot on Tom Brady. So I don't think it's going to be as successful to have a 9-part series on him now. It doesn't make too much sense for me, and I fear that this Last Dance documentary is going to do that for a lot of documentaries. I feel like people are going to think they need docuseries. Well, no, the hour and a half, 2 hours you guys were giving us were just fine. There was just enough information there. It was still as revealing. We don't need to drag this out for 9 parts.
Right. And part of what made The Last Dance cool was you had interesting people on the team. And like the whole Patriots way is to make guys boring, basically. That's what they want to do. When Michael Jordan and the Bulls, they had guys like Dennis Rodman who you could do entire episodes on. Like, that was a crazy part of that documentary, was just the fact that you've got a guy like Dennis Rodman blowing off finals practice because he wants to go wrestle in the WWE. Right. You don't have that here. And anyway, and like you said, I mean, you can cut this down to, I would even say 5 episodes. If you want to do a docuseries, I could live with 5 episodes. But 9 hour-long episodes about Tom Brady and his damn avocados and his workout regimen and making sure he's flexible, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Am I going to watch the hell out of it? Yeah. Am I going to get goosebumps? Yeah, probably. But another part of the MJ appeal with this documentary was, I mean, we're all in our 20s. Yep. We all know, but we've grown up knowing that there's the debate that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. A lot of people watch the highlights. I mean, like we watch Space Jam and everything. He was a part of our lives, but we were young. And again, we're in our 20s. We were young when he was still playing. 1998, I was 4 years old. I don't remember any of that, obviously. So part of the appeal was, okay, I know about this guy. I know a lot about this guy, but now we get to go into detail here. With the Tom Brady documentary, we experienced all of this. We watched all of this. Like, I don't know what else, unless there's some like deep stuff that we don't know about that they're really going to expose in this. I just don't know how interesting that's going to be now. I think.
Unless you're telling me this documentary is going to tell me why Malcolm Butler didn't play in the Super Bowl, I don't care. I don't care. Those are the things we want to know about.
Yeah, I think what both you guys saying is true with the fact that, you know, living in this current day and age, there's not really much stuff that's hidden. I don't think there's much stuff that they can show in the documentary. They're like, whoa, I didn't know that, compared to The Last Dance, where there's a time period, was no real social media and different things happening. So they're showing you stuff that's like, unless you got the deep information, you have no idea what this stuff was going on. Now, with Brady in this current era and society we're living in, they're going to show you a lot of stuff. You're just like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, it's not going to be that wow factor of, whoa, that happened. It's not going to beat it.
Another problem I've got with it is, Tom's on a 2-year deal with Tampa Bay, right? That's the contract he signed, was 2 years. So let's even say he doesn't win it this year, but he wins a Super Bowl next year. Are you telling me we're just gonna miss the 7th ring in a Tom Brady documentary? We're gonna miss a championship ring that literally puts him past any franchise in the NFL. He has more rings than any franchise in the NFL, including the Patriots at that point. If the Patriots don't win next year, he would have more rings than anybody, and we're just going to miss that part in the documentary just because we want to rush and get this thing out now. Look at the weapons around him. He's got Godwin. He's got Evans. He's got Gronk. He's got O.J. Howard. Guys, that team is going to F. That team is going to F around. They might win, and then you might just not have that in the documentary.
I don't care how great of an athlete is in any sport. There should never be a documentary made while they're still playing. Or not. It should at least be maybe 5 to 7 years removed from playing before you consider a documentary on a player.
I disagree. Like, you could have a documentary on a player while they're playing. Like 30 for 30, what makes 30 for 30 great is they do documentaries on moments. They don't do it on your career. We're gonna focus on this one moment and we're gonna do a documentary on it. If you could do you can do documentaries on moments while players are still playing. But if you want to do a full length thing, then yeah, you gotta wait till the person's done.
The way they're depicting this Brady thing is about his career. If you're gonna do a documentary about the moment, like they did a documentary about the 2004 Red Sox, that moment about those players at that time in their career, sure, that's fine. But if you want to have a documentary about someone's career, that's perfectly fine. Just don't do it while they're still in the middle of playing. I don't even care if they're in their last season. Wait till it's done, several years removed, then do something about the whole career. That's just my opinion.
Right, like I don't get, like, I want to see this documentary. I'm very excited to see it, and I was excited about the idea of it before they announced it, but I want it to be like, I'm 26, like maybe like late 30s, and then all of a sudden ESPN drops this news and be like, hell yeah, let me get my child here. If I have a child by then, let me sit his ass down and be like, you're watching. I don't care about this schmuck that you're watching on the Patriots now who might be having a good season. This is the greatest quarterback of all time. You watched this my 6-year-old, you watched this show, you little idiot. Like, that's what I want. That's what I wanted out of this. But now I got to watch a documentary I've been literally witnessing since I was 8.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't love it. Don't love the timing. That's for sure. Anything else, guys?
No, hey, it's like you said, Nick. We're all gonna watch it. We're gonna probably enjoy it because we're gonna relive some championship moments. Of course, we're gonna see fiery Brady in a Patriots uniform. But then again, for us, this is going to be a year removed when Brady's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So it's going to be a weird feeling for us as well as Patriots fans.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, but I think, I don't know. I'm kind of just with Brady and the Bucs. I'm over it. Like we said, we were talking about the match before we started recording. I'm like, this isn't my quarterback anymore.
They don't belong.
Nope. All right, guys, that was the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. Again, Nick Qualia, Marv is on, Mike Molyneux. Guys, follow us on Twitter. Little Twitter handles popping up right now, I'm going to assume. We'll be back next week with a couple more episodes of the CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. And don't forget, you can also catch the show on iTunes as well. Nick Qualia, Marv is on, Mike Molyneux. Guys, we'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.